Filmed in front of a live studio Kingston is the Vox Off Show starring Voxandra. Tonight's guest, God Level. God bless the wheel, because it's the Salty Sesh. Featuring Winamp and the Press Play Band. I'm Chair G Tables, and here's Voxandra.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vox Off Show. My name is Voxandra, and as always, my co-host is here, Chair G Tables.
Oh, yo, what up? It's me.
Tonight is a fantastic show. Our lovely band is here once again, and did you know that the chat can now applaud if multiple people use the same emote around the same time? With that in mind, chat, can we get a round of hug applause for Winamp and the Press Play Band? No one's applauding. Oh, there we go. There's a little applause. There's a little applause. Oh, I see it. I see some applause. I see a little bit of applause going on. There it goes. There it goes. I feel like chat's applauding a lot more than what's actually being shown on the screen. I feel like I need to fix this. I feel like I need to fix the applause setting. Let me go fix this live right now. Does that sound good? Does that sound good, Chair?
Yeah.
I
gotta do it.
I think the car's battery might be dead by now. What do you think? I think the car battery might be dead.
Is this what we're using? Applause system. We're just using that car's battery. Deplete it all.
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna get that car back. Like, they're gonna have to tow it at this point, right? Ugh.
Yeah. I don't think so.
My goodness. My goodness.
Or
Listen up, everyone.
Now.
Listen up. Our special guest tonight is Dot Level. She is a Twitch streamer. She was partnered recently, actually. Who is heavily entrenched in retro games and can perform impressive feats, such as playing Castlevania, the first Castlevania, with the screen upside down. Sarah, have you ever played a game with the screen upside down?
I think a few times, but that was when I'm on the bed and I flip my head upside down while the screen is like on the other side of the room.
Okay. I think that's not exactly the same thing. I count a little bit. We'll give you a little bit of credit.
Not all the way. Not all the way.
Chair can have little credit as a treat. Did you also know she is a manga translator? Yeah. Do you think that she'll tell us to read the manga?
Of course. Always.
You know, Chair, I think the only time I've ever read the manga of something is when only like one season of the anime is out and they end on a massive cliffhanger. Like,
that's what I did too.
Then I'll go and read it, because like it's difficult, because I don't want to deal with all the smug people on Twitter who did read it and they want to spoil it, or like they don't even mean to spoil it. They'll just be like, hey, you think that part of that season was good? Wait until this character does a thing. Oh, you love this character? He. I'm sure it's great how they're still around and alive. Like, shut up. Stop this. Stop this immediately. Ugh. You know, Chair,
always.
There was some bad news for the channel this week.
Yeah, wait, what? What happened?
I had created a new Patreon bumper where I try to sing while I play a 2DX song, similar how I did with the Lufia 2 song in BMS. But this time it was to Battle on the Big Bridge from Final Fantasy V, and it got copyright stricken by some company that seemed to have nothing to do with Square whatsoever.
Oh my
Nothing.
God.
Yeah. It's stupid. It's stupid. Like, if Square did it, was just like, listen, we might run an ad on your video because you use this song, I'd be like, all right, you are obviously the owners of this song. That's fine. Not some random schmuck. Not some random schmuck. All right? No, not them. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I needed to record a new video as soon as possible. However, the new one I made doesn't use the Kingston clip that I originally had for the video. And it was a good Kingston clip. So I am deciding right now for all of you on the Vox Off show, I'm going to play for you right now on your screen here the clip of Kingston playing with his new toy that was originally on the Patreon video. So here he is with this. I believe it was Caitlin B who had sent this toy in, actually. And he plays with it sometimes, but when he gets going, it's really good. Look at this. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. He's rolling on the catnip. He's like, oh, catnip or toy? Catnip or toy? Oh, I'm overwhelmed. His treats are over in the corner. There's some real fleshy hand. I don't know who that belongs to. And then there's a good part coming up here. There's a good part. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. Oh. 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 Oh, he's pulling it in. He's pulling it in. He wants it. Oh, but he wants the catnip. Oh, but he wants it. In his hand. Here we go. There we go. There's the double grab. The double grab. He's in there. He's in there. He's in there. I love him so much. Do you know how much I love Kingston? He is such a good boy. He is such a freaking good boy. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Oh my goodness. What a freaking good boy, right? What a good boy. Everyone, we have a wonderful show for you tonight. As I said, Dot Level will be here. The Salty Session is, of course, in session. Well, I mean, or not in session would mean it's happening right this moment. But right now, we're just hyping it up. So maybe it's not in. Maybe that pun didn't work. Maybe that didn't work. Listen, Chair and I have some stuff to talk about from our week. All right. So none of you, not a single one of you, don't go away.
This is Dot Level from twitch.tv/dotlevel, and you're watching the Vox Off show with Voxandra and Chair G Tables. Who even did that? Oh my God! Oh man! Look at that! I can't even.
Chair, how you doing? What's going on, Chair?
Welcome.
What's up?
I'm really hype right now.
You're really hyped right now?
Like,
really hyped?
I saw that clip! Iceless! I wanted to do that for so long!
It's the Iceless! I've only done Iceless once in my life. Only one of the Mega Man X mid-month marathons involved me doing an Iceless. I've only done it once. I hate doing it. I hate it. There's a lot of things I can do, but that, like, jumping off the wall while you're, like, maximum pixels away from the wall and not clinging to it is, like, so difficult for me for some reason, and I hate it. I hate it.
I don't understand it, too. The one time I did it, I was like, how did that work? I thought that wouldn't have worked because I don't
even think it saves you that much time. It saves you like a very small amount of time, but like, but it's so hype. It's so hype when you do it.
I know.
God.
You know, there was one time I did like a casual Mega Man X race against a friend, and I was trying to do Iceless, and then he beat the boss. He's like, Chair, you don't have to do Iceless. I'm like, no, I will get this eventually. And then he's already two bosses away, and I'm still doing it.
You're stuck at Iceless because you're being stubborn. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I just want to do it.
Oh my goodness. So what I heard from you the other day was that you're extremely hyped about something that happened this week. Apparently Chair did something great this week and then wouldn't tell me because they're like, no, I have to tell you on the show. I'm too excited. You'll hear it tomorrow. You'll hear it tomorrow. So, Chair, what happened? I want to hear it.
All right, guys, have you guys ever heard of Project Justice?
I've heard of Project
AKA,
Justice.
yeah, it's Rival Schools 2. It's Rival Schools 2. And last week, or like this week, I think, you know, Akira from Rival Schools was announced, or not really announced. She was already announced like way long ago. But there's finally gameplay footage of her in Street Fighter V, and I think this hyped up a lot of people into checking out her games. And all of a sudden, one of the people that appeared there in the tournament for Project Justice was Justin Wong himself.
Wow.
And then I don't think Justin Wong has ever played, like, I don't think he has ever played Project Justice ever, because like from his stream he was like, I don't know this game, and then he's like, I'm gonna pick Roy because he looks cool, and it's like, oh, the coolest character just happens to be the top tier character, and
Roy's our boy.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Roy.
Just pick
And-
the top tier.
He went from like not knowing anything about the game, but like, oh my gosh, like like the bracket before the tournament started, it was supposed to be me versus him, but the bracket got shuffled last minute, and we're in the complete opposite sides of the bracket. I'm like,
Oh.
I want to fight him so bad.
So you had to
It was
work
like
for it.
I worked so hard for it, and it's funny because like so Roy is like so top tier that he's like one of the most picked characters in the game, and one of his opponents was also a Roy player, and then he keeps saying on stream, don't pick my character because I'm just gonna learn everything from you and play better than you.
Oh my
And
goodness.
he's like absorbing all of the knowledge and just putting it with like, you know, his like super strong fundamental
Right.
gameplay.
So I believe you have a clip
what's up?
here. You have a clip here from this.
But before we show that clip,
Oh, okay.
you
sorry.
gotta know what's up. All right, so that Roy player, like, he's been playing Project Justice for a while. So like, you know, Justin Wong coming out of nowhere, never playing the game before, you know, that like came to a shock to him. It's like, oh, ouch, what? How did he beat me? And then like he got sent to losers bracket, and I'm just like,
That
oh
hurts.
man, I kind of wish Justin was beaten so I get to fight him. Well, I guess I'll have to be another person. And I fought this person, and I made him explode into salt.
Oh no.
I haven't seen so much salt from someone because I never really joined Project Justice tournaments, like, ever. This is probably my second only one. This is probably my second Project Justice tournament. And I chose, like, alright, so, you know, it's like, there's Roy, who's, like, the best, and then there's Chairperson. Yeah, there's a character named Chairperson in the game.
Chairperson, huh?
Yes.
So you're telling me Chair G Tables wants to play as Chairperson. That's what you're telling me?
Yes. And I play Chairperson. Everyone laughs every time I choose Chairperson because everyone knows how bad she is. Oh. It's like playing Kirby in Super Smash Bros. Melee. And then I'm fighting against the dude that Justin Wong just beat. Like, he's using like a top tier team. Like, he's using Roy and he's using Hideo. Like, these characters are so strong, huge damage output. It's so scary. Once you get hit, it's like, oh man, that's like pretty much most of my health already gone. And I beat this guy, and he
amazing.
Like, I did it once, and then everyone popped off so hard because they're like, what is this? Never happens. And then I did it again.
Oh my god.
Funny thing is, it was kind of a bit of a fluke. I almost lost, but he dropped his combo, and I was just spamming super, and my super came out with the iframes.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
And he was so mad. He was so mad. And he was saying, this game sucks. This game is not balanced. And everyone was just
like,
oh
my god. That's like, embarrassing. You never want to get that salty, right? You never want to be so
Yeah,
salty that you look like that. Like, come on.
I know. And he was saying this game is so unbalanced. Like the damage scaling of this game, and I'm just like, dude, you're using like two characters with possibly the highest damage outputs, and I'm using chairperson, whose damage is equivalent to only 3 of your hits.
I can't believe the game made them drop their combos. My goodness. All right, so do you want to tell us what's going on during this clip here? Let's go to this clip here.
Why didn't that combo?
And now let me lower the volume.
You gotta fight for your wife. He is
what's going on
dead.
here.
Chairperson taking
All right, so
game.
actually, we might need the volume because it's so hype.
With chairperson.
Like
Everyone can hear it.
Like,
he beat
like, everyone,
top tiers.
they're like, what the heck?
with
How is chairperson winning? And look, everyone in chat is
Just
like
run up
popping
and
off.
do
They're
it.
like,
Oh my
chairperson?
God.
What the hell? they really
This
can't
boy
believe.
is
And
dead.
that one, like the clip before that, that was when I got out of his he dropped his combo. And now
Right, he
this
just
one,
super.
this one I just ran up and did my 5-meter super.
You just ran up and blew all your meter immediately. That's what you did.
Yeah.
You just walked. You just dashed
And then
into him and said, "You know what?
The name-
Super."
I don't want to make fun of nobody.
The name I censored out. That's him,
You
like being
kinda
so
just-
mad. He's like,
Oh
you can't
my
eat a dick
goodness.
on me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not good. You never want to get that salty. You never like. It's one thing to get salty, but come on, like playing top tier character. Like, there's nothing wrong with playing a top tier character, but then to say the game is broken when someone beats you with a low tier, it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
man,
Oh,
man.
But like he was getting mad on the Twitch the tournament chat, and then on the Discord, dude, like.
Oh,
like
I don't.
flipping
You know what, Cherrick?
everyone.
That sounds a little too embarrassing. That sounds a little too embarrassing for them. We'll just leave it at that. Oh my goodness. So how far into the tournament did you get?
Oh, I got 4th place, and guess
Nice.
who won?
Who won?
Just-
Justin won.
Justin won.
Guess what? That's funny. That's funny.
He
That's
absorbed
really funny.
everyone's knowledge.
That's pretty hilarious. I mean, it's not surprising. The dude's like so good at fighting games in general that it's not that difficult to pick one up that has similar fundamentals to another and just, run with it. So that's
Yeah, like
it sounds like you did pretty
like-
great though. I mean,
yeah, it's when I was watching him, I'm like, wow, these fights are completely different because one of the things that you can learn from Justin Wong is just playing lame. Play this defensive. There's time.
yeah, because
Like-
it works. If people can't deal with defense, that's their own problem. Just because everyone's hungry to get in there and turn it into like a combo video, and it's like that is not how it works. Okay, that's not how this works. You gotta have that defensive and everything. But it sounds like you had a great time.
It's real fun. I love Project Justice. It's like one of the games that I always went to the arcade as a kid and just kept playing. I might even say I was like the best kid, or okay, maybe I was the only kid there. Maybe the best one in my mall. That's not even saying anything though. But there was actually a lot of people playing that next to Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Nice. So Chair, you want to know what I did this week?
You gotta tell me.
I played for the first time the original Deus Ex. That's right, the first
Oh.
Deus Ex. Now, I knew I was going to have fun with it. I didn't realize just how much fun I was going to have. See, I played Human Revolution probably like, I want to say 9 years ago or something like that the first time.
Mhm.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I loved Human Revolution. You put in cybernetics and shit, like, 'cause I love Shadowrun and settings like that. So Deus Ex, it was gonna be a no-brainer that I enjoy it. And I tried playing Deus Ex at some point, but like it was moving too fast and I couldn't get it to work right, and nothing about it was really going correctly. So I put it down. I never got around to it. And so I was watching who was I watching? I was watching Vote for Waifus. And she has JC Denton clips as voice lines that can happen in her stream, sometimes a couple of them, and I'm just like, I heard them, and I'm just like, I have to play Deus Ex. I've been putting this off for way too long. I need to do it. It's so much fun. And it was a blast. I have here a couple clips from how that stream went. Allow me to show these for you all. Let's just pop this up here, and oh god, it's huge. Oh god, it's huge. What have I done? What have I done? Hold on, hold on. Very professional stream over here. Very professional talk show. Here we go. Here we go, everyone. Here we go.
We are thinking the same thought. Well, well.
So, this was me doing the boss fight, and I refused to do it unless I could set up mines for her to run into. I just reload the rocket launcher in her face and fire it. So basically, I'm a genius. Whoa, shit! No, you...
One tough SOB.
Will deal with the police in the way I deal with the slanderous press.
How's that?
Precisely the way I am going to deal with you.
What's this song? It's eating my fucking corpse. I had so much fun. The game gave me a Gep gun at the start, and like that was it. I had a rocket launcher, and I'm like, this is my solution. And it's funny because there's so many memes about having a Gep gun, a rocket launcher for silent takedowns, and like I didn't realize this. I just kind of started playing this way. Oh my god!
How long is this game? I've been wanting to play this.
I streamed it for the whole week. I think it took me 30 hours to beat. Let me see. Yeah, about 30 hours. Little under 30 hours it took me. And I had so much fun. Like, it's an older game, so trying to do the stealth takedowns and everything was definitely a lot more difficult than it was in, say, Human Revolution. Because obviously years went on, they refined the different aspects of that and everything. But I still had so much fun with it. And like, I like the story. I love all the conspiracies and everything. I love them predicting dystopian things in the year 2000. And then they're kind of describing stuff that's happening right now. And me and everyone chat's just like, yeah, that'd really suck if that happened, wouldn't it? Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
It's all coming true.
The dumb joke that I always make is how in Deus Ex the Twin Towers aren't there because they wrote into the story that they were destroyed by a terrorist attack, which is just like, how the fuck did you predict that a year ahead? And I think one of the original reasons was that they couldn't like render it with everything in the skyline, and then so they wrote into the plot why they would be gone. So the joke was always Deus Ex can't render steel beams, which was it's a dumb joke. Dumb joke, but I like that joke. Deus Ex is a ton of fun though. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really good.
I've been lurking, and I do want to try it.
You should. I absolutely recommend playing it. I still think it's fun today. I'm fine playing old games, and wait a second. Vox likes playing retro games? Big shocker over here. Oh my goodness. Get Kamen Rider to fight this situation because it's such a shocker right now. Okay, that was bad. So it's still a lot of fun. It's really, really, really fun. But did you know this Thursday the Saga Frontier Remastered's coming out? My favorite game is getting remastered. It comes out the 15th on Thursday. That means I'm not taking Friday off. That's all my channel's gonna be for a week. I am so freaking excited. I can't handle it. I'm so excited.
Does this mean it's finally the time for me to get into the Saga series?
You better be. You better be. Once that game is out, whenever someone asks me what game to play, the remaster. 100%, hands down. All the things they are adding to it, all the things they are making, there's no excuse. There's no excuse not to play it anymore. I love it. I love it. I love it. But Chair, do you know what else? Do you know what else I love? I love
fighting games?
Competitions where we don't know what's going to happen. That is right. It's time for us to move over to the wheel. The wheel of the salty session. That is right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wheel of the salty session. That's right. This is the segment where Chair and I must go head to head in a competition. But we don't get to pick what that competition is. No, it is the wheel that decides what game we will have to play. Now, last week the wheel chose, what was the game called again? Suguri 2?
Acceleration of Suguri 2.
Acceleration of Suguri 2. It has now been replaced based on what the patrons, the executive gamers over at patreon.com/Voxandra, they have chosen that slot get replaced by Super Puzzle Fighter 2. Now, Chair.
Learning this game. I've been trying to learn this game for you guys.
I'm kind of good at this game. So good luck, Chair, if it lands on that. But Chair, I believe there's other games on this wheel. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we have?
All right. Well, you can see right here, right next to Puzzle Fighter 2, there's Gundam Wing Endless Duel, but you can see right here that there's actually 2 of them, and that's shoutouts to the executive gamers for putting another instance of that, because, you know, we all know how hyped that game is. But you know what others... You also know what other Super Famicom fighting game is cool? Right next to that, we got Sailor Moon S.
Sailor Moon S?
But of course, we also got the classic Melty Blood from that because, you know, after that Melty Blood VTuber tournament, you know, it doesn't feel like it's over yet. We gotta get more of our fill of Melty.
It's still in our minds.
Yep. Plus, it's in preparation for the new Melty Blood coming out in the future. But right there, the next one we got is, of course, none other than Ultra Fight Dukianta 2, the best MS Paint fighter ever.
Oh, different menu noises. You'll know what I'm talking about if that comes up.
And of course, finally, we got Capcom versus SNK 2.
Millionaire Fighting 2001. Check your training wheels out the doors, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. We got our games listed here. It's time to find out what it's going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, and all other people too. Say it with me. God bless the wheel.
The wheel.
Here we go. What game will appear again? What will show up? Here, you know a phrase I like that I've heard somewhere? I believe it was guys, gals, and NB pals. I like that one.
What is that?
Yeah, guys, gals, and NB pals. I like that. I forget where I heard it, but I really like it. I like that. You know what else I like? Oh!
Wait, what is that?
Oh, I think it's Melty Blood. I think it's Melty Blood.
Ultra Fire Melty Blood.
I think it's landed on Melty Blood. It's like right in between there. But I think it's Melty Blood. Is it Melty Blood?
Oh gosh.
I think it's Melty Blood. Alright, let me try to open up the expanded one and see what the text says. Man, I really want Ultra Fight to
Ultra Fight the Blood.
Yeah, I can't see. I think that's Melty.
I think it's Melty Blood too, but by like 1 or 2 pixels.
I think it's Melty Blood by a few pixels. Yeah, I think it's Melty Blood by a few pixels. My goodness. Already the wheel is doing this to us. Can you believe it? All right. Well, it looks like we got to go set up our match of Melty Blood to play. And I really wanted to be Ultra Fight to count too. Oh, man. It was so close. It was so close. We were so close, Chair. We were so close. All right. All right. Let's go boot up some Melty Blood. We will be right back with your game. But first, a quick commercial from Lame Dimension.
Hey! Hey, you! Over here! Hey there, it's me, Tito! You ever heard of this cool game called Super Ledge Hop Double Laser? The game where you can do all sorts of cool things, like an awesome ability where you can absorb enemy bullets. And then you can use the bullets you absorb as your own. In addition to that, you can shoot to the beat of the song. Your attacks will be much stronger! Destruction!
Oh my gosh, I didn't know I could do that.
What do you mean? Have you been listening to everything your super cool uncle taught you?
I thought I can just reflect bullets?
No, you cheesehead! There's a lot of things you can do with that shine. You can absorb, reflect, cancel your OP special move while maintaining your momentum.
So I can wave shine?
Yeah, just like wave shining. So prepare your wallets, because for the cost of $1 fast food burger, all of this intense action could be yours. Only here at Super Ledge Hop Double Laser.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of an issue. It appears that neither of us can connect to the online play of Melty Blood right now. We are not sure if it's...
Ultra Fight?
We're not sure if it's currently down, or if we haven't... If there was an update and we didn't realize that that happened recently. But we are actually unable to connect on Melty Blood. It is currently not working. This is a first. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Oh, wait.
Wait. You get it working?
Try this. Try this.
All right, type it to me. Try this. Says it's trying. Is it working? Oh,
Yes!
Oh, okay,
It worked.
okay. Okay, so I think it might be fixed. It's showing up. Yes. Okay, I think we're good. I think
Hey,
we're
I'm on
good.
player 2 side.
Your player 2 side? Oh, awesome. We're good. Okay. So this will be 3 out of 5, right?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So sorry about that. I'm glad we got this to work.
Oh, we
Pick a
gotta
good
get
stage.
the good music.
Pick a good stage with some good music. Let's see if I remember how to play this.
Trying to remember too.
It'll be fine. What could go wrong?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh, SMH. No. You're remembering! I'm good. I'm trapped. No. The shadows of my iframes. Uh-oh.
Gotcha! 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 I got you! I got you!
SMH! I got dog! Oh no.
Oh, I was blocking. I was swinging, I was swinging.
No! SMH! I'm remembering everything now. I am so greedy! SMH.
Oh, I went for a thing. I went for a thing, but you got me. I forgot my buttons! I forgot my buttons! Gotcha!
I'm trying to remember too. Oops. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh no. Wake up, Shoryu! SMH! Am I dead?
Gotcha!
Oh
I got you!
God.
I got you! I got you! The first one goes to me!
Oh my god!
The first one goes to me! I did it! I did it! I did it!
SMH! I'm remembering. I'm remembering.
Okay, 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 okay.
Dude, Vox, you know, speaking of you beating me, remember last night when I told you that, you know, there was like some weird, creepy foreign dudes I had never spoke to before?
Oh god, are you
Or
bringing
just
that up on
randomly
stream?
on me?
Are you bringing that up on stream?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes! It's
Oh,
like...
no.
Remember I money matched him to a fighting game of his choosing? And I beat him, and he was like, that's not you playing. And I showed him pictures, and like, it could be remote play. And I sent him a video of me playing.
Okay, so what Chair's talking about is that someone wanted to go on a date with Chair, and so Chair said, if you beat me in a money match, I'll go on a date with you.
And it was so funny because when I showed him like all the evidence, he was like, no, that's not you. Women don't play fighting games. They play cartoons. Like what? And then here you are, a cool girl beating me up. Melty blood.
Oh, I was until I fucked this up.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that was terrible. That was terrible. Alright, Chair gets around. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh man. Wait, I was popping off so hard last night.
That's funny.
Oh. You know, it's so funny because, like, I told him to pick any fighting game he wants. And guess what his response was? Guess what game he chose?
Game?
He said Cyberpunk 2077.
What?
I'm like, are you serious? That's not a fighting game. And I looked, and then he showed me like his Steam library, and he doesn't have any fighting games.
Doesn't have any fighting. What did he get him? Whatever. Whatever. Whatever.
SMH.
What am I doing here?
I keep messing up my inputs.
Gotcha!
You read the joke!
Oh, I went for it! I can't believe it!
No!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I might do this! I might do this! When Chair and I do casuals in this, Chair always kicks the shit out of me.
I just keep dropping for some reason. No Johns, no Johns. There we go. Oh no! SMH. No! Oh my gosh, huge damage.
Oh, right, that doesn't... Okay.
Oh! I tried to load that.
Gotcha! I got you! I got you!
The overhead, SMH.
I got you!
SMH. No.
I can do it too. Oh, I didn't block! I didn't block! I didn't block! I didn't block!
No! SMH. No. No! Oh no! I tried! I tried to show you!
I did it! I got you! I got you! I did it! I did it! I beat you in multi-blood! I beat you in multi-blood! I did it! Oh my god, he's upset! 3-1! 3-1! 3-1! What's up? What's up? What's up, Cher? What's up?
Soon TM!
Soon TM! I did it! I did it! Oh my god!
Now,
Okay.
if I had this alt, all I'm gonna say is, see you in bracket.
You in bracket? Okay, so the reason, for those of you wondering why I'm popping off right now, it's because when Cher and I play this game, like, casually, like just playing it together, well, our matches will go, like, what, 15-3 or something in Cher's favor? Like, Cher will win the vast majority of our matches. I'll sometimes get some good ones in. So I'm very excited that I just pulled this off right now.
So amazing.
Cause like over time you're definitely way better than me at this, but like I came alive tonight. I came alive.
I was so scared.
It was practicing in Puzzle Fighter. Got you worried now. You're like, wait, she's good at these things. Uh-oh.
Maybe me practicing Puzzle Fighter drained out my practice for
Oh no, you were too scared of the puzzle fighter. Oh man. Oh man. GG's, Chair. GG's.
GG's.
All right, everyone. I think it is time for us to move on over here for a second.
Listen.
Whoop, that's a video clip. I mean, we like those clips, but okay. Listen up. It is time for our wonderful guest to come out. Dot Level. Who's excited for Dot Level to come out? Who's ready for her? Who's excited for her?
Time.
Can I see some pug applause? Can I see some applause from the chat? Some excitement for Dot Level? I want to see the bottom of the screen filled with excitement. Filled with excitement for Dot Level. Let's see it. Get them all in here. Get them all in here. All the emotes. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. I'm very excited to present her to you with a little introduction.
Whoa, shit. Oh man. Oh fuck.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NB pals, that didn't rhyme, but still, I'm gonna say it. Let's have a warm welcome for Dot Level. Dot Level, hello and welcome to the Vox Off Show.
Hey there, thanks for having me here.
Of course.
I always whiff on the rhyme there too.
Dot, I gotta get this out of the way right away. Right away.
Okay.
Square away. Here we go. Firing at you immediately. What's with the tiny dot?
I learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
I learned a hard lesson, which is that if you turn on channel points and then you have nothing for your viewers to spend channel points on for like 7 or 8 months straight, and then you turn on a reward, you need to be prepared for that to go off every single time the cooldown is up.
Could you
It seemed like a good idea at the time. That's what I'll say.
Would you, for those who haven't seen you at twitch.tv/dotlevel, go over and follow immediately. What are we talking about? Would you like to demonstrate for us?
I can. It'll take just a second, and I might make a couple funny faces on the way.
That is fine.
You're getting an authentic introduction to me here with like 10 expressions going on at once, but I need to make a quick adjustment on my end.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Oh man.
It's not going to be cropped off, is it? You know?
It might be, but it'll be funny anyway.
It might be.
It'll be good anyway.
You
Forget
might
it. It's great.
You might need to use your imaginations for this one, but it's fine.
Fine.
So, in my infinite wisdom, I asked my long-suffering brother, who has been very supportive of me the whole time I've been streaming, what should I do with channel points? And he said, mini dot. And I said, what would mini dot be? And he said, you just make dot small. And I was like, that sounds like a terrible idea. So, of course, I added it.
Of course, it sounds great.
And I was so proud of myself. I went through all the hard work to automate it. And it does this. Oh, huh. Did that not work on your end? It didn't work on mine.
I did not see a tiny dot.
I did not see anything.
Huh. Give me just a sec. We're gonna start this one over.
Okay. Magical difficulties that we have.
Yeah.
We don't have enough MP. Hold on, everyone. We gotta charge our MP back up to cast it.
Everyone's trying to redeem it at once now too. Save your channel points. I can debug this.
Are they trying to redeem it over at your channel right now?
Yes. All right.
Oh my goodness.
My mistake. That seems to have broken it. The other people redeeming it. I'll just show
Oh
you.
no.
That sound effect that plays, it's accompanied by this effect right here. I don't know if you can even see me right now.
No, you zipped away to the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I
It's
see it.
okay.
Yeah.
See it, but I don't think it showed on stream.
No, it's really funny. You just kind of like went whoosh, like you just whooshed away to the corner.
Uh-huh.
Basically what happens is dot becomes small dot for a small amount. Like you got hit by an enemy and you need a super mushroom.
Right.
It's cute. It's really cute, but everyone spams it and it's funny.
Yeah. Actually, the second night, the first night it was live, I was like, oh, this is going to be real disruptive. I better give it a super long cooldown. So it was like 45 minutes. Of course, instantly people complain, and it's like, you know what? That's fair. So in my infinite wisdom, I lowered it to 2 minutes the next stream, and it got redeemed, I think, 56 times, which when you consider the stream wasn't even 3 hours long, was a lot.
That's funny. I know I was watching your stream one day recently, and I mashed the button on the cooldown just because a bunch of people wanted to do it, and I was just like, hey, I did it. I don't even want to make dot small. I just want to be the one to eat up the cooldown. That was it. That was my motivation. You know,
Well, I respect that.
I have a similar experience on my channel. Everyone's been brewing up channel points for a long time. Some people have like hundreds of thousands of channel points, like ridiculous amounts. And so I decided, what if I add voice lines for people to put in? Because so similar to how I saw Dino Pulse does it. Great streamer, Dino, by the way. So I added a bunch of lines because I'm like, I want Adam Jensen lines on my stream. Not Adam Jensen. I do want Adam Jensen. I want JC Denton lines on my stream. So there's a bunch of them now. They're obviously turned off for the show because I'm not letting you all disrupt my show like this. You guys get to have an applause now. You all get to show your applause and emotes on the bottom of the screen so we can see you chat. Chat, would you like to make yourself shown with your applause? Can I have a pog applause, chat? I'm just gonna use that as my power now. That's my power. I'm gonna be like, can we get a pog applause here for let's see. Oh, I know how to get them. Can we get a pog applause for Kingston? We're not even going to show Kingston. Just for Kingston, can we have a pog applause? Just for the concept of Kingston, for him. Just a pog applause. There's a little bit. I see a little bit. There's that. Oh, well, there it is. Boom, boom. There's a bit of a delay. But there it is. Boom, boom. There it is. There we go. Awesome. So, how does it feel to reap what you've sown?
In hindsight, I don't know what I expected. Did you notice somebody also set it off while you were talking just a second ago?
Oh, did that actually happen because of your stream? Oh, that's funny.
Someone popped into my chat just now.
Oh my goodness. I was wondering if you were gonna let that happen.
I'm not turning it off now. It's too much work.
Too much. It could just happen here. Oh my god, it's great. So, to ask you something a little different,
Hang on. You can ask me something now. Oh,
okay.
There we go.
All right. So a bit unrelated, but okay. Here's what I want to know. How in the world do you 1cc shmups? What the heck is up with that?
You know, the funny thing about that is I didn't even realize that I was any good at shmups until I started streaming. And people kept like coming into chat and going, wow, you're pretty good. And I'd be like, I don't know what I did to deserve this trolling. Like, this isn't fair. And then like a few weeks later, and I was like, oh, they must have actually meant it. But in all honesty, I have very little patience for grinding 1cc attempts and for practicing individual sections. So I have this big long list of shmups that I've 1cc'd. And if you don't know tons about the genre, it looks really impressive. But then you look at all those games. Yeah, they're all console shmups. And most of them have really big difficulty spikes right at the end. So you're basically playing through 40 minutes of something kind of robotic. to get to the end and lose it and roll your eyes and start over. And then eventually you get there if you're hard-headed enough.
So that's how you're bragging. Okay, I get it. All right. I'm not good at shmups. I like some shmups. I like playing them. A lot of them are just too difficult for me. I'm not good at threading the needle. I get all anxious when I play and stuff. Except for Zero Ranger is my favorite. I love that game.
That game is so cool.
I love that game. I know Cherry loves it now too.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, to be honest with you, you're probably better at the games than you think. I personally also struggle with games like that. I have really dense bullet patterns and like they're kind of designed to induce sensory overload.
Mhm.
I can't deal with it. I lose track of where I am. But classic shmups, even when they're difficult, they're inarguably less complex. There's just not as much going on. There aren't as many moving parts. So you never know. You might be able to ease into, because to me, even Zero Ranger is pretty bullet helly, Ease into, yes.
Ease into the ideal utopia. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
No, I don't blame you.
Oh man. So
you want to just talk about ease for the next 2 hours?
I mean, I'm tempted to. I'm tempted to. Okay, I have some other questions I'd like to ask you first before we lose everything into a giant pit of ease, which I love dearly. Hang
on, let me pop back up. There we go.
It's a tiny dot. Oh, that's normal now. You just have a ton of mushrooms around. You're just munching on super mushrooms constantly. I'm full, guys. I'm full. I can't eat anymore. Okay. Is Castlevania your favorite series?
Possibly. I'd say the other contenders are like, this is gonna sound so boring. I'm sorry, I've gone into the corner out of embarrassment. Okay, I'm back. This is gonna sound so boring. Someone think of a cooler answer for me. But if it's not Castlevania, it's probably the really old Final Fantasies. And probably down to those two, which is funny because these days I go out of my way to play really obscure stuff, and then someone asks what my favorite game is. It's like the most basic answer ever.
There's nothing wrong with that. Listen. I don't intend to be a hipster by saying my favorite game is Saga Frontier. All right, it just happens to be my favorite. Okay, there's nothing wrong with your favorite game being one that's like more well known or more widely liked. If anything, that might say more positive things about you. Who knows? But
at least you guys have an answer. I don't. I don't know how to answer it.
You don't know how to say what your favorite game is. It's tough.
I don't know. I can't pick. Do I pick the fighting game I play the most, or do I pick my world record runs, or do I pick the one that I always play with my friends? I don't know. I can't pick.
Definitely not your world record ones. I wouldn't just say that off the bat because the game I have a world record speedrun in is not my favorite game. Absolutely.
I technically have a world record speedrun too. I forget if we've ever talked about this.
Maybe. What was it again?
It's called Son Son 2.
Oh.
The little Marvel vs. Capcom 2 character?
Yeah, the original arcade game.
Yeah. So the Son Son 2 is a PC Engine sequel to that game. But if you've ever played Black Tiger for the arcade, it's really obvious that they had the design document for a Black Tiger console game, and then for some reason they were like, make it a Son Son game instead. And I keep it really quiet because I routed the game, but it's super, super luck dependent. And I happened to luck into a winning lottery ticket kind of run when I had no idea what I was doing. So if a real dedicated speedrunner wanted to take that world record, they could easily do it. So I've been quiet so as not to put the crosshairs on it.
I'm afraid that as my channel grows and becomes more popular, more people are going to see that world record of a Spectra I have that we do as a joke, and just completely crack it, and then I'm just going to be like, I need a new April Fool's joke.
Yeah,
I need a new April Fool's
joke.
That's
my concern. I feel you.
Because the whole point is that I only speedrun it on April 1st because it just started as a huge joke, and because no one else had a streamed completion of the game because no one wanted to beat the whole freaking thing. And that was just the whole joke to me having the world record. So I don't know what I would do if it got beaten. I don't know. I would probably continue to just do like one run every year as a joke, but who knows? Who knows? You know what I can't do?
What?
I can't play Castlevania upside down. What the heck, Dot? What the heck?
So, yeah, that was actually an April Fool's thing too. So I used to be really, really into DDR. Actually, that was how I spent all my time in college, and I made a lot of friends through that. And there was this one guy who, like, he's one of the funniest people I've ever known, and we would hang out all the time. And one day we were super, super bored, and he's like, "Hey, Dot, do you ever play Upside Down Super Mario Brothers?" And it's like, what do you mean? He's like,
Is that the name of a
where
drug? What's going on here?
he's like, what you do is you sit backwards in a chair and you let your head dangle off the back, and you play Super Mario that way. It's really hard when you get to the swimming stages. And so we gave it a try. And have you ever done this out of curiosity?
I think I might have as a kid, but I'm not a fan of the whole blood rushing to my head thing.
Yeah, it's funny too, because of course this was in college, so we were like 20, 19, somewhere in there. And all sitting on the couch with our heads dangling off the backs. And that was when my parents walked in and like, "Hey, what are you guys up to?" And they just sort of turned back around with a little exasperated sigh. But
Nothing.
so that got me into the idea. And then way, way before I streamed video games regularly on Twitch, I was talking to my brother because I'd seen, like, I think it might have been one of the Vinesauce corruption streams or something. And I was like, this looks fun. I wish there was something like this that I could share with people. And he went, hang on. And he went into like the source code of some NES emulator and messed with the way it rendered the picture such that it flipped the y-axis. So this would have been, I'm not even sure Twitch was around yet. This was a long, long time ago. But we got on my poor dying laptop and streamed Mario Brothers upside down, to 10 people, which just felt like enormous at the time.
Yeah.
It kind of was back then.
Yeah.
And we beat 8-2 eventually, I think. But it took like 2 hours.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I would bust that out every once in a while. I've beaten Super Mario Brothers 3 upside down. And I promise I didn't plan it, but I was doing it warpless until I was starting to get tired, and I was like, I'm just going to blow these warp whistles and go beat the game now. And it just so happened that I beat it at 39 seconds, 20 minutes, and 4 hours. So 4:20 on the dot.
Oh my god.
Just
Oh my
a
god.
complete
Perfect.
coincidence.
Perfect. Perfect.
And then I got really, really into Castlevania. This was while I was going through a fighting game phase. The manager of our arcade could beat Castlevania with his hands tied behind his back, and I was so jealous of him. So I was like, I have to learn how to do that, and so I did. And then I was like, this wouldn't be that much harder upside down.
Oh my god.
Which is wrong. It is. The thing about it is, I feel like we must be predisposed to. We're pretty good at gauging things that at least look like a reasonably convincing model of like gravity as we experience it in the real world.
Right.
So if you've got like a jump in a video game that traces a parabola pretty quickly, you'll figure out how to gauge that. When it goes the other way, it just completely short circuits your brain. You don't see anything in the real world that works that way, right?
Right.
And because I've played like dozens of hours of upside down video games, you never get used to it. You approach every single jump like, I don't know if when you were like a little kid, did you play platformers and like really have to focus on the jumps, and like every single jump over a pit was you were taking your life in your hands?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like that.
I'm sure a lot of people who watch my stream would be like, "What do you mean as a kid, Vox? That's all the time." But I know what you mean. Where like each jump, you're just like approaching very slowly, and everything is just like you don't know if you're gonna make it, and it's tense up, and yeah.
And like you don't get used. You're not used to that thing where it's like, oh, okay, you time a 3-tile jump about like this, and then if it's 2 tiles over and 1 tile up, that's slightly different, you know. And that's what gets really weird when you flip games upside down. You can't. I can't figure it out. So I will say this though, I didn't have to continue when I beat Castlevania upside down. I did
Nice.
die a couple times, but
Very impressive because I was watching part of the stream of you doing it, and it was difficult to follow along, you know. Like most of the time, like when you do that, I kind of left the stream open and I would watch it sometimes, but I'd be doing something else and just listening to you or like looking at your model on the stream, because like if I watch too much of it, I'm just like I can't deal with this. I can't.
Does
Just
it give you
following
motion
it is
sickness?
stressful. I don't think it's motion sickness. I think it's just stressful to figure out and like mentally figure out and everything like that. That makes it hard to watch in a way. But
Yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't say it's
there's
motion
a reason
sickness.
I asked about motion sickness. The first time I ever did it, a friend of mine, really nice guy, he had just gotten really sick.
Oh no.
So he tuned in so that he could have a good time, right? And so he had like a fever of 103 or something. And he was like, "Are you doing this, or am I like a lot worse off than I realize?" And he couldn't watch more than like 5 minutes of it, 5-10 minutes.
I would not want to watch that while sick. No. There's no way. Oh, so I've noticed you play a lot of TurboGrafx 16 games.
Yeah, I do.
What is it about that console in particular that you love so much? Because I never grew up with one, and I really didn't know much about it until I was an adult. So, what are your experience with it, and why do you love? Why is that console like have such a fondness in your heart?
Yeah, you know, I didn't grow up with it either. And as soon as I tried it, I was kicking myself because I went through a phase in my life where I had a whole lot of money and not a lot to spend it on. You know, I wasn't paying rent yet at this point. And I was like, you know, I should pick up one of these PC Engine things that people are talking about just to see what that's all about. But I couldn't speak Japanese at the time. So I was like, I won't bother. And you could get systems for like $12 and games for like anywhere from 50 cents to $2 a piece at this point. That it's not like that anymore though.
I would imagine so. Yeah, things have kind of inflated greatly.
Yeah. So what happened was I sort of burned out on competitive video games. And this was during college. I played a whole lot of DDR, actually to the point where I hurt my feet, and now I can't play DDR anymore. That's doctor's orders. So I switched to 2DX at first, then Pop and Music. Then I got really, really into Guilty Gear. So I went through a real long Guilty Gear phase, and that kind of dissolved into like a fighting game phase. And when it finally came time to play single player video games again, I was like, dude, do I just not like video games anymore? Because I want to say the industry was going through this phase of like everything being kind of gray and brown and the same at this point. I'm not sure, but it feels right. And so I went back to Super NES games, and I was kind of shocked to learn I didn't like them anymore. So
oh my god.
Then I broke out the NES, and I was like, all right, now this I can do. This I like. And so for a really long time in my head, it was like, okay, so I only like 8-bit games. I don't really like 16-bit anymore.
We have to go older.
Yeah. And I thought it was kind of weird that it was like you had NES games, which I have a whole lot in common, and then as soon as the next generation of consoles hit, just like everything was different overnight. And then when I tried out the PC Engine, the first game that I really got into was the Legendary Axe, because it's really similar to Castlevania, which probably is my favorite game, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. This is that missing link. between 8-bit and 16-bit. And so that's my attachment to it. It's like there's this whole library of stuff that is really interesting, and it's not quite as like bombastic and new school as impressive as, you know, Sonic and Mario World and games like that.
And it kind of revitalized your love of that time period or whatnot, or game, or like 16-bit games and whatnot and everything.
It was sort of like discovering 600 new NES games that I'd never heard of. Which is funny because, you know, it is a much more powerful system. But the design philosophy is a lot more similar, you know.
That's interesting.
So I've been trying out every single game on the system. In fact, I'm almost halfway through. You have to skip a few because Twitch has some rules about content that you can't show. So
is that like the what was it, the PC-98 or whatever, where like you look up the genres of games and two of the genres is just like sex and sex 2, and you're like, oh well, I'm not touching those.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but the funny thing is, you know, the PC-98 was that's a computer released by NEC, right? They also made the PC Engine, and the names are really similar. So I get people coming into my stream every once in a while, like, ooh, PC Engine games, and they're like kind of rubbing their hands together, and steam's coming out of their ears because I think they're thinking of the PC-98, you know, and it's like, no, we don't play those kinds of games here.
Oh my goodness.
TurboGrafx.
There is still some edgier stuff though. So I think I ran an estimate, and it's like I'm gonna have to skip something like almost 10% of the games.
That's actually quite a lot. Yeah, wow. That's like 60 or something,
toward
right?
the end.
Huh. I am laughing at the idea of someone going to like a random stream that's just playing like TurboGrafx games and just like, hey, can't wait to get horny from video games because you're playing an NEC system. Yeah. Put in that PC-90. I'm just like, oh god.
You can laugh about it. I live it.
I mean, I'm more laughing at it, rather, I would say, but yeah.
True. Yeah.
So you said you were into rhythm games, huh? Into DDR, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I played.
Oh my gosh.
I played a lot of DDR.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played a lot of DDR.
How have we never talked about DDR, actually?
I'm surprised we haven't talked about DDR. Yeah, I saw people playing Third Mix Plus in an arcade in New Jersey when I was 17 years old, and I went, holy shit, now that's fucking video games over there. And I was like, I have to learn how to play this. I have to do this. So I bought a cheap soft mat, tried to learn a bit before I played in the arcade, and like that was it. I became an arcade gamer. That's it. I was an arcade rat. Starting at like 17, played a ton of DDR, and I played in tournaments in New Jersey. I was good enough to be a threat, but not good enough to win. So I can relate to that. You'll have to. I'll make people waste their good songs on me, but I won't beat them. You know, because they have to use their good. They have to have their good picks, or I'll beat them. But they'll still beat me with their good picks, so I won't win. But that was a good. I felt accomplished with that. I felt that was a good place to be. Like, I might not be winning the tournaments, but I'm giving it my all, and I'm a threat. I'm at least a threat, and I can live with that.
Okay, wait. So let's step into the time machine here.
All right, so time trip travel.
It's like, I don't know, 2003, 2004, I guess, and we run into each other at a DDR tournament. You don't know anything about me. You don't know if I'm any good. What song do you pick?
Xenon.
All right, you win. Wait. Let me think. I know I could double a Xenon, but like...
Oh no, I was down to like 18 greats was a bad day on Xenon for me. I love that song. I played the shit out of it.
Yeah. My guess is my best score would have been... Just a moment. My guess is my best score would have been somewhere around there. Actually, I did play DDR the day before the injury, like the night before.
Oh.
That sort of was what caused... It was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I was so angry because I got 1 great on Afronova Heavy. And
what?
I was like, oh, I'll come back and AAA that tomorrow.
Oh, that's impressive.
that'll be a nice, feather for my cap or whatever they say.
That's
then I couldn't do
impressive.
it.
That's still, listen, I was able to like SDG, I'm sorry, single digit great songs.
Yeah.
But for people in chat who don't know, I was able to single digit great songs. My AAA amount was very low. Like you could count how many 7 or 8 AAAs I had on 2 hands.
Yeah,
Even though like my timing was good, I just could never like get all perfects even on easy songs. It was just a mental block that I had.
out of curiosity, did you ever just like play the same song on loop until you got the AAA?
I tried. I think I did like what,
Yeah.
like Kind Lady and some other easy ones, like Freckles. Yeah, I would get that. But like it was weird because I would be putting out like ridiculous STGs. Like I would be STGing so deep, or I got this at the STG on what was it called? The Heavenly Mix song, Healing Vision Heavenly Mix or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
HM,
ridiculous songs I would get STGs on, and then still get like 4 greats on some easy 7, and I'm just like, I don't, whatever. Fine, I accept. I accept
had
this
that problem
fate.
for a long time. It's funny actually. Kind Lady was the song that got me to break that mental block you're talking about.
Nice.
It's like everyone else could AAA it, and I was like, dude, I know I'm better than like half of these people. Why can't I do it? And so
Right.
I made the staff of the arcade very angry because I went up and I bought like a $20 roll of tokens and kept going until I did it.
Oh my god.
But then after that, it was like something had clicked, and I went from having like 3 AAAs to like 50, 60.
That's
None of them were
nice.
on super tough songs, but I was getting there. I had my one great scores on. It's been so long, I don't remember. I know Leading Cyber was another that I think I had like
Ooh.
1 great and 1 good or something, which was kind of embarrassing.
Ooh. That's still good though. Like Leading Cyber, like that's still,
I was no
good.
slouch.
that's really good. Yeah. Cause like some of those songs were really tough. Like what was it, L'Amour or whatever, that irritating ass song.
Yeah, I don't remember the full title either.
Oh man. DDR's gotten crazy now though. Like I can't, my best back then can't hold a candle to what people do these
No.
days. It's impressive. It's really
How were you
impressive,
at,
which is
like, the
awesome to see.
10-foot songs?
There were stretches of time where I was pretty good at them, but I never played consistently enough to keep my stamina at a level to always be good at them.
Yeah, I had the stamina, but I didn't have the technique. I never double A'd max 300, for example.
Oh, see,
I might have-
I could do that. Max 300, I got really low on greats on. I was pretty proud of that one.
Nice,
But
yeah. I think maybe I did double A max unlimited because it had a bazillion freeze arrows, which made it easier in that version of the game.
yeah,
But yeah,
it's
anyway,
it's fun.
I had
It's
no
fun
idea
talking
we
about
had free
DDR.
fun.
Yeah, that's actually part of what got me into 2DX was 8 on the Break in Denella, New Jersey got like one of the first 2DX machines on the East Coast, and I saw that thing and I tried playing it and I was like, this is fun. This is really, I loved slapping keys and the turntable. Well, I learned to love it and then it became my favorite thing. The things I love though was, first of all, I kind of got sick after many years of going to the arcade and just getting sweaty. Just work out, sweaty, sweat. Got to bring a change of clothes. I was done with that in the arcades. That got so annoying. And then, well, joke's on me now. When you do 12s, I get like worked up in the summer because that's a lot of effort too. But regardless, the thing was the whole timing. The timing aspect of 2DX was that you didn't have to get all notes at a certain level. It was it was a more refined percentage of your accuracy. And I really, really preferred that, and that helped me with my mental blocks.
Yeah, I actually found those AAAs more difficult, to be honest with you. If I'm not mistaken, I've AAA'd a single 2DX song. Not that I took it as seriously as DDR, but like I only passed a couple flashing 7s, so
I would say it's definitely more difficult as a whole, but I felt it's easier on a mental level because I had that mental block with tripling easy songs in DDR that I didn't have as much in 2DX.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved, Music games in the arcade. Big surprise to everyone here watching on my channel that I like music games. Ho, ho, ho. But no, it's really cool that you got into DDR and everything. I feel bad that you got hurt and couldn't play though. That honestly is unfortunate.
Yeah, but it's been a long time. I wouldn't be into it today anyway. It's for one thing, it's just way too hard now. People are too good.
They are good. It's crazy. But like it's not in a oh, everyone's so good. Oh, this sucks now. No, it's definitely like this is awesome to see that like we were playing a decade ago and now they're kicking the shit out of those old scores and it's like it's fun. It's fun to see that. It's honestly fun to see everyone grow and get so much better and like see even more impressive stuff. I like it. Like that's my attitude. I honestly like seeing it.
I'm with you.
So, it's apparently not all video games that you do.
Oh yeah.
I believe you are a translator of sorts.
Yep, that is correct.
A translator. Now, I had to refrain. The dumbest thing ever is just like, so I hear you speak Japanese. Why don't you say something to us? Like, what the hell do you want me to say? Get out of here.
Yeah, it's funny. When people put me on the spot like that, I'm like, I don't remember. Like, what do you want me to say? I don't know.
Seriously, it's like performing or whatever, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's like speak Japanese for us. EA. How did you get into translating manga?
Yeah. So, sorry, I'm trying to put all this together in my head.
Would it be easier to start for when you learn Japanese?
Yeah.
Let's go with that then.
I was a college freshman, and I was planning on going into CS because like every other 18-year-old who grew up playing video games, I was like, I'm gonna be a game dev, and it was
that's me.
Year. Yeah, you know what
that's
it's like.
Me. That's me.
It was the first year that my university's CS program was taught in Java instead of in C. I actually had some experience programming in C, but the concept of object-oriented programming was totally new to me, and I couldn't wrap my head on it or around it, partly because my professor had also never used Java before. So she was just kind of learning out of the book, and I think I heard later that specific class had a disastrously high fail rate, like 80% or something.
Oh, the teacher can't teach the class. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, if you didn't go into it already knowing how to do object-oriented programming and knowing a whole lot about Java, you got filtered out. And I got filtered out. So I was like, maybe I like literature, and I took a Japanese literature and translation class. And the teacher really liked my writing, my essays and my analysis. And so that was all it took for me to get interested in Japanese as a subject. So that became my major after the CS thing didn't work out. Studied a whole bunch, went over to Japan twice during my college years. And the funny thing is, this is the reverse of how this story usually goes. That was what got me out of fighting games. Like,
oh, that's funny.
I was all hyped up, like, I'm gonna go to Acho, I'm gonna go to Mikado. Like, I hit all of the famous arcades, and then after I did, I was like, you know what, I'm good. And so
that's funny. So
Mikado.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What did you say?
I was just wondering how sick is Mikado because I really want to go there.
I went to the location in Takadanobaba. Is that one still around? Do you know? Because I know some of the locations have come and gone, I think. Anyway, it was fun. I was really in love with American arcades, and like Japanese arcades are sort of different. And I never quite got used to, like, you don't really socialize in the same way in the arcades over there.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean, man.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, pardon me. And that may have even been why I got out of it, but I poured myself into studying the Japanese language instead. Did pretty well. And I told myself I was going to do literary translation when I graduated. And then I did, and it's like, wait a sec. All of my favorite authors have already been translated. what do I do? So I kind of drifted between, minimum wage jobs for a while until someone was like, hey, you speak Japanese, right? And I said, oh, yeah. And they said, listen, I do manga translation. Would you be interested in trying that? And I jumped on it. They hired
Nice.
me. And then that's what I've done ever since.
Nice.
Dude, oh my gosh, the chances of that happening, so good.
I think about it a lot. Because this was someone I didn't even know super well. We followed each other on Twitter. We didn't know each other's names or anything like that at the time. And I wonder what would have happened if that hadn't occurred. My life would have taken a completely different trajectory. But
That's how it goes sometimes. Just these small chance happenings that just lead to this, right?
mhm.
That's how it goes. So, where was I here? Okay. What are the challenges of translating manga? Like, what would be the hardest issue? What kind of stuff do you deal with this?
Um, So part of it is ultimately my. Hmm. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. Ultimately, my job is to make money for the publisher, right? And
Uh-huh.
so I have my own ideas of how translation should work. And if those are at odds with their business interests wear out or win out. So I'm a little stubborn, actually. And I don't know why I think I can keep getting away with it, but it hasn't backfired yet. Basically, if my clients argue with me, I will defend my translations to the death. And
No.
that can be pretty challenging. So there's that. But then
Are
as
you
far
allowed
as,
to give us an example of that, or would you need to not say any examples of that?
hang on, I'm thinking about it.
Okay. If you can't, it's so we would totally understand.
The I guess the big one. There's a word, imoto. It means little sister. And okay, I don't want to know why you giggled like that. But the thing about it is, you use that word when you're talking about your own little sister. Generally, it's not
Uh-huh.
quite as polite. And when you're talking about yourself or like someone in your family, someone who is a coworker of yours, you won't use honorific language, not by default anyway. So if you're talking about someone else's little sister and you say imoto, that's rude. You need to
Okay.
say imoto-san.
Okay.
Throw the san, the honorific at the end of it, and you're good to go. And I had to fight with a client who wanted me to translate imoto-san as little sister-san, all hyphenated. So little hyphen sister hyphen san. And I was like, are you out of your minds? Like, I don't want to end up on some translator fails Twitter account or like subreddit post,
That sounds pretty
And-
bad.
It took a lot of back and forth.
There's translations where I feel like I appreciate the honorific staying in it, but I feel like there's certain things where that works and makes sense to do, and a lot of places where it doesn't make sense to do,
Mhm.
right? Like, I think it doesn't I forget, does the Yakuza games keep honorifics in the translation?
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know because everyone that I've seen played the Yakuza games. They played the dubs, so I'm not familiar with the Japanese voice acting, but that would make sense. I think the way I do it, I'm generally in favor of trying to. Pardon me. I'm generally in favor of trying to handle those gracefully, like without getting too deep into theory. The way I look at it is, you can hyper focus on one given word and go, okay, we need to translate this word in the most accurate way every single time, regardless of the context. And that's a trap. And that's responsible for some of the sillier translation choices that people like to clown on. The classic one being, it can't be helped, right? There's a common Japanese phrase that always gets translated that way. So that's an obvious example of it. Honorifics, I think people get tripped up on them because they'll be at the end of every instance of a character's name when spoken by a given character.
Right.
And you're like, well, we can't just throw it out because that's information that we need to communicate. Forgetting that the greater context of how this person speaks to this other person gives you the opportunity to communicate that information without throwing an untranslated honorific in there. And top that off, a lot of people who consume a lot of Japanese pop culture, so manga, anime, video games, and stuff, they think they understand those words a little better than they do. In particular, Americans have really silly ideas about the word senpai. Like, yeah, you're already laughing because you already know.
Because of Twitter.
The word
Yes, I
isn't-
already know.
It's not that loaded, frankly. And so at times that's, I think, the right way to handle honorifics. But I'll tell you one thing. In high school settings, I don't like doing it.
Really?
I like just leaving untranslated honorifics in there because there aren't really clean English analogs to the kind of stark differences in word choice that you'll use as a high school student talking to someone who's a year older than you or a year younger than you or a teacher.
Right.
All of these things are going to be totally different. And in that case, leaving those untranslated honorifics in there works as shorthand for that. Then at least your readers get, oh, okay, this person is addressing this guy who's 1 year older than him with a little more respect. And then maybe if he doesn't do that in a future scene, you're still going to catch that. So the translation isn't robbing you of anything that a native speaker would get intuitively, you know? So.
Yeah, I feel like with 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, they left a lot of honorifics in there for certain things, and it felt very natural and appropriate. It definitely felt appropriate. But I can
still haven't gotten to play that.
You should. It's one of the best games ever. I'll just say
That's
that
what
right
I've
now.
heard.
13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is one of the best games ever. I recommend it to everyone. Don't read a single thing about it. Don't.
That is what I've heard.
Not a thing. Go in completely blind. It is the best game of its kind of game. It's I cannot stress this enough. And the joke is don't fuck with 13 Sentinels fans. We can't talk about our game.
Yeah.
But it works for there. But then, like, you gave me that example of, like, what was it? Imoto San or whatever? Or
Little Sister San?
Little Sister San. That's nuts. That makes no sense to me. I feel like there's definitely places where keeping the honorifics in a setting will make sense because perhaps they'll be used so frequently that there's a huge point to understanding them, and you'll know more with them being there. And then sometimes where it's like you're just forcing it in there for the sake of having it there, and it definitely feels like something where it's totally situational, which I guess is
well, for one
like
thing,
you were saying
in
the
that
problem you
example,
deal with.
Or you go first. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say I guess that's like pretty much one of the issues you would deal with is when do you do it and when don't you? But yeah.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
So, well, the thing about the Little Sister San example is the thing that's goofy is you're attaching it to an English word. And to my ears, that sounds strange, personally.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the industry will kind of go back and forth on whether you flip name order. So usually the given name goes, like Japanese people, when they're saying their own names, the given name will come second.
Right.
So Hayao Miyazaki is Miyazaki Hayao, right? And I'm actually in that habit, so it's weird for me to flip the names, but clients want you to do it. So the problem is, when you do flip the names, look at it this way, right? If you want to say Hatsune Miku-chan, the chan is being attached to Hatsune Miku's given name, her first name, right? But then if you flip it so it's Miku Hatsune-chan, that's bizarre because you're attaching it to her last name.
Yeah, that's
so.
Weird.
It intersects or it interacts with every other decision you make about how to translate in unexpected ways.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. So chair would be table's G chair.
No.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Or wait, or would it be tables chair G?
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I don't know.
Where does
because
the
the
G
middle
go
initial
then?
thing isn't in Japanese, so.
the G is a middle initial.
Right, right. Hmm.
Ah,
So, um, what was I gonna say here? How would here's a question. Let's wrap this up with a wonderful question I'm sure you hear a million times. How would
Hmm.
you suggest learning Japanese?
Um,
I-
there's not a one size fits all approach.
Makes
Um,
sense.
basically, you need to try things out, and if it doesn't feel like it's working, be sure that you're really practicing, that you're really giving it your an honest try. But you probably are, and move on to something else. There, people like to be dogmatic about how to teach language, but the fact is, no two people learn language the same way.
Hmm.
And I feel that probably goes for basically any subject. So if you're doing self-study, I will say flashcards, if you can force yourself to get through them, have a good track record. And so I used to tutor struggling students in Japanese. They would send the students who didn't want to fail out, but really needed to work hard not to fail out to me. And
Right.
so I would try to turn their grades around. And one thing that I would always do is ask them about their hobbies. And it was easy if they were into anime. But if they were into
Yeah.
music, I would be like, so the first thing that you should do is see if there's any Japanese music you can get into. Or if they were into sports, it's like, well, do you like baseball? There's a whole lot you can learn about Japanese baseball. And
Nice.
having something like that that's fun to you makes it so much easier to stay motivated to study. And it can even help you with the boring stuff like flashcards, right? No one wants to do flashcards or keep a
It's true.
vocabulary dictionary or
It's
anything.
true. I
So,
had a ton of fun just playing Quest 64 in Japanese. And
mhm.
so the I'd be trying to read all the katakana skill names. I streamed and people watching. I'm trying to read all of that, and it was really fun. Like even though I was struggling with it, I would force myself to do it, and I enjoyed it. Like I felt like that's a good way to help with that.
That's how a
So
lot of people start.
so you say it's too broad of a thing to fit for multiple people, for like everyone, right? So you'd like more specific things when it comes to learning. So let's get more specific then. How would you recommend someone who can read kana but doesn't understand what they're reading continue to learn and grow? What would they do next?
So the first plan of attack that I would suggest is get into reading stuff that you feel is above your reading level, and have textbook at hand. My personal recommendation, and I don't know how the whole landscape of Japanese textbooks has changed since I was studying it in school. But my own personal recommendation is the Genki line. So Genki 1, Genki 2,
I've heard
and
of
then
that
there's
actually. Yeah.
IJ, Intermediate Japanese. Get those three. And ideally, someone who knows Japanese and can help you when you're trying to diagram a sentence and you're like, I can't figure this out. But as you do that, you build a foundation that allows you to understand stuff. Should you be lucky enough to, let's say, go to Japan and for a vacation or something, a lot of people that they're really in love with the idea of the immersion environment. So they want to just save up a whole bunch of money and fly off to Japan, somewhere where no one can speak English. So you would go to the
You're
countryside.
just forced to it.
You have to leave Tokyo if you want to do that, or it'll never happen. And then it's sink or swim, right? You have to use your Japanese. You're not going to get anywhere. And that doesn't work as often as people think. Partly because that works for children. Children acquire language skill in a fundamentally different way. And from a reasonably young age, like 12, it stops being the ideal approach. So if you want to do that, you really want to build a foundation first. And that was in fact what our school's goal was, because we're in the Midwest. There aren't a whole lot of native Japanese speakers here. So
Yeah.
even if they wanted to create that immersion environment for us, they can't do it. So instead, they had us trying to read like high school and college level reading from like Japanese 2, which is way, way, way earlier than most programs do it. You know, they'll have you read about Doraemon and stuff.
Right.
And I didn't feel like I was learning Japanese at all. And then I was lucky enough to go there, and like literally a month and a half later, my conversational skills had just exploded because it was all familiar to me. I just never heard it said out loud before, you know.
Huh. That's interesting. So
that would be my recommendation.
Okay.
Go way above your reading level and just try.
So if that still is too broad for people, and we want to narrow this down, okay. What if also this hypothetical person was a VTuber who wore a lot of purple?
I would say you'd be surprised what you can pick up from RPGs. In all honesty, I have a coworker who is every bit as good at this work as I am, and never really studied formally, but they're really into wrestling, so they got really into Japanese wrestling and read up on it, and they have all kinds of obscure vocab that, like, I couldn't tell you what a Boston crab is called in Japanese. It might be a manjigatame actually, but you know, and they played through video games, and I was like, you know, would you like to try to apply it at the place where I work and just see if they take you? And it took a little encouragement, I suppose, because they didn't think they were ready. And I was like, well, you never know. That's the hiring manager's decision, right? And they got in.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
They got there through wrestling and video games, right? So
I look forward to me finally learning Japanese now that I can read kana, and learning how to speak it thanks to the Game Boy Saga games and Kamen Rider. Oh, well, this is...
That actually helps a lot. So some people, they don't watch any live action that's in Japanese. They only watch cartoons, which I get because they're cool.
I wouldn't have thought the difference between that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it helps to just be able to watch people's mouths move as opposed to, you know, lip flaps. Like
that makes sense.
Like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the dialogue's a little less stylized too, so.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you for this wonderful interview. This was an absolutely great time, but we are not done yet. We are not done yet because we got to wrap up with the Q&A from the chat. Chat. Hope you got those questions in. Hope you got those Q&A questions in for me, Chair, Dot, or any of the above. Chair, what do you have for us?
All right. Well, let me tell you guys something first. Well, you see, all of the questions right now are all for Dot.
Whoa! All Dot questions. Oh, are we grilling Dot? Are we grilling Dot in the Q&A tonight?
You better get ready.
All right. Let's rapid fire these. We only got like 5 minutes. Let's rapid fire these. Let's go.
All right.
First question. What is the best place to go in Japan?
The country. Next question.
Hold on. Real quick. Anything. Do you take a night flight to Tokyo there?
What? Yeah, you fly it. Yes, that's what you do.
I hear no one sleeps in Tokyo.
I think you're going over my head. Are these like TVX songs or something?
No one sleep in Tokyo. All night crossing the line. No one quit the radio. Tokyo is one fire. Night flight to Tokyo. Next question.
All right. Who is the cutest character?
In anything?
It just says
How am
who's
I
the
supposed
cutest
In
That's it?
anything? What?
How am I supposed to answer that? It's Kinomoto Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura. Okay, that was easy
Ooh.
actually.
Actually, that was simple, huh? This
She's my
question's
crush
impossible.
during
Immediately, this person. I'm done. Final answer. Oh, okay.
what is mini dot's height in apples?
In apples?
Yeah, in apples.
Uh,
Wait, this is the same question as the next one. The next one just says, "How many apples tall are you really?"
Okay, wait. Is this a thing?
Oh.
Is this a weird thing that multiple people want? Chat, are you being weird? Are you being weird?
it's an inside joke.
Oh.
I think
Are-
someone did the math, and normal dot is supposedly 4.5 apples tall, which is not tall enough. This was done based on a comparison to Hello Kitty, and I wasn't present for this, but so mini dot is probably half that, the 2.25.
Oh. I see. Wow, you're small.
Oh my God.
That's just what they tell me. It is a Smurfs thing, yes, that's correct. But they riff on the Smurfs thing for Hello Kitty as well.
It's true. Dot is not with us in the abandoned warehouse studio. We don't know how tall she really is. She just has the camera feed coming to us, so it could be any size. We are not a comparison.
I am 14 feet tall.
No wonder they
Yeah.
didn't come in here. They're not going to fit in our warehouse. Oh my goodness.
That's so weird.
What else we got?
All right, listen up. Now this one might be a deeper question into your
Uh-oh.
heart.
Oh.
So listen up. Do you think it's the trappings of the fourth generation games, aka the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, trying to be bigger experiences than NES games that disinterests you? Or is it the visual style or even the music? I know the first time I heard Neotopia, the sound of the TurboGrafx 16 instantly grabbed me. Wait, did I read this sentence right? Hold on. It says, I know the first time I heard Neotopia, the sound of the TurboGrafx 16 instantly grabbed me. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you know, the music is part of it actually. Because with the Super NES, they kind of got away from like the chiptune-y sort of sound and they went for samples. That's just kind of less charming to me. But that thing about the games aiming for a bigger scope, that's what it is. Like on the dot, which I guess I can't say that anymore.
On the dot, you say.
But that's you hit the nail on the head. Like, because I really love side scrollers that don't overstay their welcome. Platformers, you know? And like if you've ever tried to play Amiga platformers, I can't do it because they're just gigantic and sprawling for the sake of being big, and it doesn't work for me. And I think a lot of Super NES and Genesis platformers have that same problem to varying degrees, but that's it. It's the scope.
Wait, then how do you feel about, like, you know, the NES Castlevania games and the Super NES Castlevania games?
But they're really close because they didn't stray too far from the NES template for the later ones. In fact, Rondo of Blood on the PC Engine, that's like my favorite Castlevania game.
Good
Not
answer.
Castlevania 1, that would be the second one.
Good answer.
So, yeah, it depends on the series. Some of them went really far into the like labyrinthine, you know, level designs with branching paths to go nowhere and like RPG subsystems that aren't really worth engaging with. The games that didn't, I do usually still like. So,
I think me and you can relate, kinda. I do like these straight to the point, on the dot type of games.
How many more
All
questions we got?
We got two more.
Two more. Let's go.
Because there's a new one that just arrived.
Oh my goodness, getting greedy.
And
all right, no more questions. Let's go.
This one is not for Dot this time. It's for all of us.
Ooh, all of us.
What is your favorite bubble tea flavor?
Taro, done.
Honeydew.
Easy.
Easy.
I don't know. I like cola.
I like cola.
All right. if I'm not seeing any more questions here, except for this one, because this one is from me because I accidentally muted myself earlier. And then we moved on to the next topic. All right.
I love
I
it.
was going to ask, how do you play these games upside down? Do you actually like flip your head upside down for like the whole duration, or is that like too much for your head, or do you just like
I got
flip your monitor?
I got an ergonomic monitor arm, so I rotate the whole thing upside down. Which actually the viewing angles are really bad for that, so you could like barely see the game. It's super annoying.
Oh my god. That's even worse than we think it is. Oh man.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
It's like playing the game upside down in the dark.
Ridiculous.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you again so much for joining us. But you're gonna have to come back sometime because we forgot to talk about East.
Oh yeah, we did.
Well,
thank you for having
we're
me.
just gonna have to have you back sometime, and the whole entire episode will be us just talking about East the whole time. Gonna go
Yeah, I
make Chair
can't
play
wait.
all of them.
Wow. But I want to do first. I want to play Mega Man 2 upside down.
Oh my
I want to
goodness.
do this.
Oh
now.
no. Oh no. That's all this week's gonna be. Do you have anything that you would like to promote or suggest that is happening this week? Anything upcoming you would like everyone to know about?
I should have figured you'd ask this question. I can't think of anything. I'm so sorry.
Head on over to twitch.tv/._LVL and make sure you catch all her streams as they happen. Go give her a
Tuesday and
follow
Thursday.
immediately. Go. What was that?
I was just saying there'll be Tuesday and Thursday. I know that much.
There you go. Where's the
Lots of PC Engine games.
Yes, there we go. Awesome. So glad to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I had fun.
Big thank.
Big thank. Well,
Goodbye.
How did we hear that? Oh my goodness, how did we hear that? All right, Chair. It is time for us to sign off with the Vox Off show. I want to thank all of you for joining us. I think our show is just 2 hours long now, Chair. I think
so. Yeah.
I don't think we have a 1 hour show anymore. I think we just have a 2 hour show.
There's so much to talk about. We can't.
It's
fit
so much
everything.
fun. I can't. Yeah, it's so hard to just cut it off because we just have a great time. We just love talking to people that
I
we
know.
like. It's so much fun. I hope you all like that our show is 2 hours long. I hope you all like that. I think this is just gonna be like 90 minutes to 2 hours. It's fine. It's fine. Make sure you follow .level, twitch.tv/.level. Make sure you follow Chair, twitch.tv/ChairGTables. Chair, you got anything coming up this week? What's going on?
I didn't think about it. All I kept thinking about was Daigo being in a Project Justice tournament.
All right. Well, make sure you go follow Chair. Make sure you go check out Super Ledge Hop Double Laser on Steam. It's only $1. It's only $1 freaking dollar. That game's amazing. This week, Saga Frontier Remaster comes out. My favorite game is being remastered. It's coming out Thursday. It's just gonna be like, that's all I'm gonna be doing. Once that drops, I'm not even taking this Friday off. In fact, I have to take the rest of tonight off because I'm not taking Friday off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know what's up though. Now I remember what I'm gonna do, and it's because of this show's fault.
Because you're gonna play Saga Frontier Remastered?
I want to play Upside Down.
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next week when our guest is Galeria, I believe. I believe our next guest is Galeria. I'm gonna ask him questions about The Bouncer and other games at God Hand and stuff. He plays some good stuff, let me tell you.
Are we gonna have more dots in the future?
I think we're gonna have both these dots back, probably. We'll see. Everyone, have a great night and take care. Say goodnight, Chair.
Good night. Thanks, everyone.
This video was brought to you by the power and the support of the mighty executive gamers. They are known as Adam Admar, as well as Alice, and La Amu. And the licensed gamers are known as Tunnel, Rhino, Song, and Madam Melody. I forgot to check if other creators would use my name anywhere. Fortunately, I dropped those tears for you. Lisa. Let it also be known that these gamers are certified gamers. Do you also wish to become a gamer who is certified? Head on over to patreon.com/VoxAndra to pledge your support today, and you can become a gamer who is certified.